The Constitution of India, Preamble. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact and give to ourselves this Constitution.
Hi children, welcome back. Let me see your smiling faces. Are you gloomy and sad? No need, okay. Make yourself happy as happiness lies within you, my dear children. So, back to our physics class.
In the previous class, we have discussed on self-induction, inductors and moving coil microphone. Today, we will be discussing about power transmission and distribution. We have already studied electricity is produced on the principle of electromagnetic induction. And AC generators are used for the production of electricity on a large scale. And there are different methods where electricity is produced. And do you know the place where electricity is produced on a large scale? They are known as power stations. Okay, so what are power stations? Power stations are places where electricity is produced on a large scale. There are different means by which electricity is produced in the power stations. For example, in hydroelectric power station, electricity is produced by the running water or flowing water. Whereas in nuclear power station, electricity is produced by using nuclear energy. Whereas in thermal power stations, electricity is produced using heat energy. Okay, so there are different methods or different power stations depending upon how electricity is produced there. And I have told you AC generators are used for the production of electricity on a large scale. And what are the parts of an AC generator which we have studied earlier? There is an armature coil and a field magnet, isn't it? And the armature coil will be rotating and electricity is produced. That generator is known as single phase generator. Okay. That generator is known as single phase generator. But for the production of electricity on a large scale, this single phase generator is not enough. Okay, in such situations, we are using three-phase generator. We are using three-phase generator. What is the speciality of this three-phase generator? In three-phase generator, there will be three armature coils around a field magnet. They are arranged at an angular separation of 120 degree. അതായത് മൂന്ന് ആർമേച്ചർ കോയിൽ ഉണ്ട്. ഈ മൂന്ന് ആർമേച്ചർ കോയിൽ, അതായത് ഓരോരോ ആർമേച്ചർ കോയിലും തമ്മിലുള്ള ഒരു ആംഗിൾ 120 ഡിഗ്രി ആംഗിളിലാണ് അത് ഫിറ്റ് ചെയ്തിരിക്കുന്നത്. മനസ്സിലാവുന്നുണ്ടോ? അതിന് ചുറ്റും ഒരു ഫീൽഡ് മാഗ്നറ്റ് ഉണ്ട്. ഫീൽഡ് മാഗ്നറ്റ് റൊട്ടേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോഴാണ് ഇവിടെ what happens when the field magnet rotates? Three set of alternating currents are produced in these armature coils at different phases. Okay, so at a time itself, three alternating currents are produced. Is it clear? The difference between a single phase generator and a three phase generator? Once again, in single phase generator, there is a field magnet. In between the field magnet, there is one set of armature. Whereas in three-phase generator, what happens? There are three armature coils arranged at an angular separation of 120 degree. So, when the field magnet rotates, three sets of alternating currents are produced in these three armature. But there will be the maximum minimum EMF will be changing. Okay, the graph is shown here. So, at a time itself, three sets of alternating currents are produced. Okay, this type of generator is used in power stations. Is it clear? In India, 11 kV electricity is produced in the power station. That is, 11,000 volt electricity is produced in the power stations. Okay, so this electricity has to be transmitted to distant places. How they are getting transmitted? Through transmission lines. You have seen transmission lines, isn't it? So the electricity which is produced in the power stations is transmitted to distant places through these transmission lines. So one question. We have already studied when current passes through a conductor, what is produced around it? ഒരു കണ്ടക്ടറിൽ കൂടെ കുറേ സമയം കറണ്ട് പോയി കഴിഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ കുറച്ച് സമയം കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ തൊട്ട് നോക്കി എന്ത് സംഭവിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടാവും? Heat is produced. Isn't it? So, here when this 11 kV electricity or the electricity from the power stations, when it is transmitted to distant places through these transmission lines, energy is wasted in the form of heat. കാരണം കണ്ടിന്യൂസ് ആയിട്ട് ഇലക്ട്രിസിറ്റി ഫ്ലോ ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടേയിരിക്കണം അല്ലേ? ട്രാൻസ്മിഷൻ ലൈൻസിൽ കൂടിയിട്ട് ഇലക്ട്രിസിറ്റി കണ്ടിന്യൂസ് ആയിട്ട് ഫ്ലോ ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടേയിരിക്കുന്നത് കൊണ്ട് what happens? The electricity is transmitted to distant places through these transmission lines. Energy is lost in the form of heat. Okay, so it is a disadvantage. So power loss will be there. So what are the methods or what are the other ways through which this electricity is transmitted through the transmission lines? അതായത് ഈ ഇലക്ട്രിസിറ്റി ട്രാൻസ്മിഷൻ ലൈൻസിൽ കൂടെ പോകുമ്പോൾ ഇവിടെ പവർ സ്റ്റേഷൻസിന് ഉള്ള പവർ ആയിരിക്കില്ല അവിടെ എത്തുന്നത് ഉണ്ടാവും. കാരണം എന്താ? എനർജി വേസ്റ്റ് ആയിട്ട് പോകും. ഹീറ്റിന്റെ രൂപത്തിൽ എനർജി വേസ്റ്റ് ആയിട്ട് പോകും. നമുക്കറിയാം അക്കോർഡിംഗ് ടു ജൂൾസ് ലോ H is equal to I square RT അല്ലേ? അപ്പൊ കണ്ടിന്യൂസ് ആയിട്ട് കറണ്ട് ഫ്ലോ ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടേയിരിക്കുമ്പോൾ what happens? Heat produced will be more and there are chances for power loss. So how can we reduce this power loss? What are the factors affecting heat energy? See here, current, resistance and time. So when the current is reduced, what happens? Heat produced can be reduced. Or when the resistance is reduced, heat produced decreases. Or when time decreases, heat produced decreases. So here, time cannot be reduced because transmission of electricity is a continuous process. So we cannot reduce the time. Clear ആവുന്നുണ്ടോ? അതായത് കറണ്ട് ഈ ട്രാൻസ്മിഷൻ ലൈൻസിൽ കൂടെ കണ്ടിന്യൂസ് ആയിട്ട് ഫ്ലോ ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത് കൊണ്ട് നമുക്ക് ടൈമിനെ റെഡ്യൂസ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റില്ല. Then what is the next step? Reduce the resistance. How can we reduce the resistance? Already in 9th standard you have studied the relation connecting resistance, length of the conductor and area of cross section. What is that? R proportional to L by A. Isn't it? So what about area? What happens to resistance when area increases? They are inversely proportional, isn't it? So when area increases, resistance decreases. So the method to reduce resistance is to increase the area of cross section of the transmission lines. അതായത് ആ ട്രാൻസ്മിഷൻ ലൈൻസിന്റെ തിക്നെസ് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഏരിയ കൂട്ടുക. മനസ്സിലാവുന്നുണ്ടോ? അത് പ്രാക്ടിക്കലി പോസിബിൾ ആണ്. കാരണം എന്താ? ഈ ട്രാൻസ്മിഷൻ ലൈൻസിന്റെ തിക്നെസ് കൂടിക്കഴിഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ what will happen? Weight of the transmission lines increases and thick pillars are used to support them. Okay, ഈ ട്രാൻസ്മിഷൻ ലൈൻസിലേക്ക് വെയിറ്റ് കൂടി കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ thick pillars are required, and so the cost will be more and will cause technical difficulties. ഇടയ്ക്കിടയ്ക്ക് പോസ്റ്റ് വെച്ച് നല്ല തിക്കായിട്ടുള്ള പോസ്റ്റുകൾ വെക്കേണ്ട ഒരു ആവശ്യം വരികയാണ്. സോ വാട്ട് ഹാപ്പൻസ്, ഇറ്റ് കോസസ് ടെക്നിക്കൽ പ്രോബ്ലംസ്. ആസ് എ റിസൾട്ട് ദാറ്റ് method is also not practicable. Okay, so we cannot reduce the resistance. So only thing possible is to reduce the current. Okay, so we know like power stations na etra power aano transmit cheyunnathu, the same has to reach there. That electricity should reach to the required stations, or the electricity has to be transmitted. The electricity has to be transmitted to distant places without any power loss. So how is this possible? Can you tell me the relation connecting power, voltage and current? Yes, P is equal to IB. This power should be constant. So when current is reduced, what happens to power? Power automatically will be decreasing, isn't it? So without any power loss, power constant ആക്കി വെക്കും വേണം, കറണ്ട് കുറയ്ക്കും വേണം. അപ്പൊ എന്ത് ചെയ്താൽ മതി? By increasing the voltage. ക്ലിയർ ആവുന്നുണ്ടോ? അതായത് പവർ ലോസ് ഉണ്ടാവാൻ പാടില്ല. പവർ ലോസ് ഇല്ലാതെ നമുക്ക് എങ്ങനെയാണ് ഇത് ട്രാൻസ്മിറ്റ് ചെയ്യുക? ഇലക്ട്രിസിറ്റി ഡിസ്റ്റന്റ് പ്ലേസസിലോട്ട് എങ്ങനെയാണ് ട്രാൻസ്മിറ്റ് ചെയ്യുക? If we reduce the current, what happens? When current reduces, power also will be reduced. Okay, so the other method by which electricity is transmitted to distant places is by increasing the voltage. Is it clear? Suppose the voltage increases 10 times. This voltage becomes 10 volt. So current etra korayana? How much times this current has to be reduced? The current increases by 1 by 10. So the cancel power will be constant. There is 3 power. Is it clear? So when voltage increases 10 times, current decreases by 1 by 10. So what about the heat produced? H is equal to I square RT. So current 1 by 10 ആയി. അപ്പോൾ heat എത്ര കുറയും? 1 by 10 square. What is 1 by 10 square? It decreases by 1 by 100. Okay, so we can tell the electricity which is produced in the power station is transmitted to distant places under high voltage. അതായത് ട്രാൻസ്മിഷൻ ലൈൻസിൽ കൂടെ ഇലക്ട്രിസിറ്റി പോകുന്നത് എങ്ങനെയാണ്? ഹൈ വോൾട്ടേജിലാണ് ഇലക്ട്രിസിറ്റി പാസ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. As a result, this energy loss in the form of heat can be reduced. Is it clear? So this 11 kV electricity is increased to 220 kV or 400 kV in the power station itself using a step-up transformer. What is the use of a step-up transformer? Step-up transformer is used to increase the voltage. Okay, so 11 kV electricity, അതായത് പവർ സ്റ്റേഷൻസിൽ പ്രൊഡ്യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്ന 11 kV ഇലക്ട്രിസിറ്റിയെ അവിടെ സ്റ്റെപ്പ്-അപ്പ് ട്രാൻസ്ഫോമർ യൂസ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് ഹൈ വോൾട്ടേജ് ആക്കിയിട്ട് മാറ്റും. Okay, and it is transmitted to these various substations, and from the substations it is given to the large scale or small scale industries. Okay, appo power stations il thanne step up transformer use cheyidittu 11 kV electricity high voltage aakki maattum. Avudunna various substations ilike ettittu avudunna ethrayano oru large scale industries ne ethrayano vendathu, small scale industries ne ethrayano vendathu adinanusarichu supply cheyidittu at last it reaches the distribution transformer which is near to our home. Okay, so can you tell me how much voltage is available for a domestic purpose or for household purpose? How much electricity we are getting at home? Just 230 volt. Okay, just see that figure. Electricity is increased to 220 or 400 kV using a step-up transformer, and you can see various step-down transformer which is there in the substations, and accordingly it is transmitted to the large scale or small scale industries. At last it reaches the distribution transformer, and from the distribution transformer 230 volt electricity is reaching our home. Have you seen a distribution transformer? Yes. See the figure of the distribution transformer and tell me how many lines are there in the input of a distribution transformer. You can see input and output, isn't it? How many lines are there in the input of a distribution transformer? There are 3 lines. Okay, there are 3 phase lines in the distribution transformer. And how many lines are there in the output of a distribution transformer? You can see 4 lines. That is 3 phase lines and 1 neutral line. ഓക്കെ, അതായത് ഡിസ്ട്രിബ്യൂഷൻ ട്രാൻസ്ഫോമറിന്റെ ഇൻപുട്ടില് നമുക്ക് 3 വയേഴ്സ് കാണും. ആ 3 വയേഴ്സ് റെപ്രസെന്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നത് 3 ഫേസ് ലൈൻസ് ആണ്. ഓക്കെ, അതേപോലെ ഔട്ട്പുട്ടിൽ കാണുന്നത് 4 ലൈൻസ് കാണും. 3 ഫേസ് ലൈൻസ് ആൻഡ് 1 ന്യൂട്രൽ ലൈൻ. And how many lines are reaching our home? Have you noticed? Those who haven't seen, just go and see. Okay, today, how many lines are reaching our home? 2 lines are reaching our home. 1 phase line and 1 neutral line. Okay, how many lines are reaching our home? 2 lines, 1 phase line and 1 neutral lines. And the output of a distribution transformer is connected in a star connection. Okay, that is 3 phase lines. These 3. P1, P2, P3. Okay, and this common point. Okay, where the 3 phase lines are connected, this common point is called the neutral. Okay, it is neutral. This is star connection. So you can see 3 phase lines, P1, P2, P3 are the 3 phase lines, and the 3 phase lines are connected to a particular point. That particular point is known as the neutral. That neutral will be Earth. So see here, we can see 3 phase lines, P1, P2, P3 are the 3 phase lines, and this is the common point where the 3 phase lines meet is the neutral line. And this neutral will be Earth. Okay, this type of connection is known as star connection. And you can see this star connection in the output of a distribution transformer. Okay, so I have already told there are 3 phase lines and 1 neutral line in the output of a distribution transformer. This is the method how these lines are connected. Is it clear? And the potential difference between 1 phase line and 1 neutral line will be 230 volt. അതായത് ഒരു ഫേസ് ലൈനിന്റെ പൊട്ടൻഷ്യൽ ഡിഫറൻസ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് 230 വോൾട്ട് ആയിരിക്കും. മനസ്സിലാവുന്നുണ്ടോ? അതേപോലെ തന്നെ ഒരു ന്യൂട്രൽ ലൈനിന്റെ പൊട്ടൻഷ്യൽ ഡിഫറൻസ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ it is 0. The potential difference between a phase line and a neutral line. Phase and neutral. It is 230 volt, and the potential difference between 2 phase lines is 400 volt. So, can you tell me how many lines are reaching our home? 2 lines are reaching our home. That is, one is the phase line and one is the neutral line. Okay, so this is connection is star connection. ഒരു ഫേസ് ലൈൻ മാത്രം നമ്മുടെ വീട്ടിലേക്ക് വന്നു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഇലക്ട്രിസിറ്റി ഫ്ലോ ചെയ്യും. There should be a neutral line. Only then the potential difference will be there. Is it clear? So can you tell me how many lines are required for our household electrification? Phase line, neutral and earth. Is it clear? So what are things we have studied today? We have studied what are power stations, isn't it? Power stations are places where electricity is produced on a large scale. There, which type of generator is used? We are using 3-phase AC generator. Why we are why we are using three-phase AC instead of single phase? Because in power stations, huge amount of electricity is produced. So to produce that, we are using three-phase generator where there will be 3 armature coils and a field magnet is around it. Okay, magnet rotates. What happens? 3 sets of alternating currents are produced in these armatures, and this electricity which is produced in the power stations has been transmitted to distant places without any transmission loss. This is made possible by passing electricity under high voltage. Okay, so this is made possible with the help of step up and step down transformers, and the distribution transformer also we have studied. In the distribution transformer, the input has 3 phase lines and the output has 3 phase lines and 1 neutral line, and for household purpose we are getting 230 volt. That is 1 phase line and 1 neutral line is reaching our home. The potential difference between 2 phase lines is 400 volt. 1 phase line and 1 neutral line is 230. Okay, so go through the class. If you have any doubts, you can contact me. See you all in the next class with a new topic.